council is going to lead this, go right in front and actually allow them to use force.
Tension and a mounting police presence on a South London estate.
You could decide right now it's not safe to enforce this warrant and that you walk away from the situation now.
But this isn't a response to a criminal threat. On the other side of this human barricade is a mother battling to save her home.
Lucy, you miss school, isn't it?
Aminata lives here with her 3 children and her elderly disabled mother. Her local authority says she's built up substantial rent arrears. Soon she could be on the streets.
I don't choose to be poor. And that's why I don't want to choose my children to be poor. That's why I'm fighting. People, this house is kind of like, people don't even believe that people live here. Okay? People think that this house is empty. Even people come up to the stairs, they use the toilet, they use poo on the stairs. You know, just like any abandoned, any house.
As bailiffs arrive to evict Aminata, protesters have gathered at her flat, hanging banners in protest at what they call social cleansing. This is the front line of resistance against the housing crisis.
Housing provided by social services, we know that someone had rats in there, and we met other families in the private sector who had bed bugs, unsafe kind of electrical wires, severe overcrowding. The intense pressure on council housing and the unaffordability of the private rental sector is pushing them to the brink of homelessness. Even those that are fortunate enough to be in temporary accommodation, like this block where Aminata lives behind me, is unfit for habitation. Now a report presented to the UN has found that lack of quality, affordable housing and the resulting increase in homelessness amounts to a violation of human rights. Since last year, the number of households in temporary accommodation in England has increased by 11%, bringing the total to 64,710 households. The total number of households at risk of homelessness is 280,000. While those sleeping rough have increased by 55% since 2010 and 14% in the last year. And for those in privately rented homes, 29% of dwellings are non-decent and don't meet basic standards of health. The government housing bill published this week isn't easing concerns. It proposes extending the right to buy and requiring local authorities to sell more of their existing properties.
On the surface, you can use the discounts and the sale of the cost of the house to build a new home, and you can also support home ownership in doing so. In reality, on the current government's plans, we're likely to see fewer and fewer social homes as a result, and this is not what the policy should be doing.
Swimming.
The government says their strategy is the right one and that it's investing £1 billion in preventing homelessness. That won't help Aminata. Her eviction has been postponed for now, but it's only a matter of time before the bailiffs return. Hafwa Hirsch, Sky News.